So in the last video, we had you kind of design your dream life. So hopefully before you got here, you should have gone into the Facebook group and posted that for the coaches and for people to see, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm aiming at. Now we want to turn that goal into a plan. Okay, so we know what we're aiming at, but how do we make that happen? Before we dive into the plan section of things, we actually want to figure out how much money are you going to need to make that goal a reality. And maybe you already know this number. Maybe you know, okay, I need $10,000 a month to make my goal happen. And if that's the case, skip the rest of this video. Just go find that Facebook post where you talked about your dream and write in, to make this happen, I need $10,000 a month. If you don't know how much this is going to take, I'm going to show you how to put that together here real quick. Should take you maybe just 5 or 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be exact. Again, this is just kind of giving you some ballpark ranges so you kind of know what you're aiming at. So what I want you to do, I want you to go into your web browser, do sheets.new. Okay, this creates a new Google spreadsheet. If you're still using Excel or something like that, get with it. Just kidding. You can use Excel. Do whatever you want. I'm just going to put monthly numbers. So it's helpful for me to think of things in terms of monthly numbers. You can do annually. You could do weekly or even daily. But for me, I find most things, your Netflix or whatever, have you pay monthly. So it's most helpful to kind of budget that way. Now, again, you can make this as detailed or as broad as you would like. What we're aiming at is just how much money do we need? If my goal is I want to quit my 9-to-5, okay, well, how much income would I need in order to make that happen? So, and you could have two versions of this. You could have a currently and in my dream lifestyle. So let's do a dream lifestyle one. Let's do my dream monthly numbers. So let's say mortgage. I always start with mortgage, car, groceries, utilities, other bills. I'll leave a link to this if you want to download the template. There's probably better budget templates out there. So mortgage, let's say $5,000. Okay. So you could use a mortgage calculator based on how big of a house you want. Let's say ideally you want a $750,000 house at 7.23 interest. That'd be $5,100 a month. Okay, let's just say that. Let's say your ideal car payment, maybe it should be zero. But again, we're talking about just in a dream scenario. Let's say $1,000 a month you want on a car. Let's do 800. $1,000's a bit much. Don't want to be showy. So for groceries, I just went and asked ChatGPT. Let's just say a family of 5, $1,500. There's more verbose, granular calculators you can use, and you might again know this. But let's go a little bit up. Let's say $2,000 a month for groceries. Okay, again, in an ideal world, utilities. Let's say maybe $1,000 when you include electric, water, gas, trash. Other bills, and again, you can add as much to this as you want, but I do want to make sure you add a giving category, okay? And this, whether this be tithing or giving just to people in need. And again, in an ideal world, how much would you give away? Might do a whole video on generosity, especially if you're a Christian watching this. God makes a very big deal about generosity. So let's say in an ideal scenario here, we're spending as much on giving as we are on our mortgage. So let's say $5,000. So again, this is just a rough budget, but if I sum those up, if I sum up B1 through B6, didn't know you were going to get some spreadsheet training here as well. But that'd be $15K a month, okay? So $15K a month, let's do that. $15,000 a month times 12 would be, so there you go. We got about $15K a month for my dream lifestyle, $180K a year, we'll say. And again, these numbers can be very different. Maybe you have goals of being a lot more generous. Maybe you want to do something like that. Again, you can mess around with these numbers however you want, but the goal is just to get a rough estimate. Here's how much I would need a month to make this happen. So now that you have this goal, go into the Facebook group, find where you posted, here's my dream lifestyle. This is how much I would need to make it happen. So now that we have this number, okay, pay attention to this number, keep this number. Now we can dive into our plan of how do we make it happen where you get this amount of money. And we'll talk about that in the next lesson. Thanks.